Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to another episode of Dawah Ilallah as we go through the comparative sciences to help you become a more effective da'i in calling people to submit to the one true God, to submit to Allah. And remember that in this series we are specifically looking at how to get people to understand who Allah is. But oftentimes when we are calling people to submit to Allah, they'll often ask you questions, controversial questions. Maybe they'll ask you, why do you people believe in jihad? Why do you people subjugate your woman? Why do you have 4 wives? All those type of issues will be brought up. But one of the things that I realized early on in Islam is that without pain you don't gain. No pain, no gain. And just like somebody would do a gym workout, go to gym, and the instructor will be standing there and saying, move it, move it, move it, 10 more repetitions, 5 more, push it, push it. In the same way, we as Muslims need to be exactly the same with ourselves. No pain, no gain. We have to work out. We have to push ourselves to learn more, even if our brain says, no more, I can't. We must keep pushing to gain more knowledge. When you're doing gym or workout, I gym to keep fit. So I don't want one of those steroid types, buff, whatever they call them. I just go there to burn off all the dessert that I ate the night before, or the chocolates or whatever that I ate that I need to get rid of. Otherwise, when you get a little bit older in life, you find it a little bit more difficult to maintain that weight that you were able to maintain when you're younger. But when you go there, you will find that sometimes if you're doing like 3 repetitions of something, say you're doing 10 push-ups or whatever, and you do 10, 10, 10, 3 repetitions, 3 sets. They always tell you to stop before you over-exhaust yourself. So if you were able to do 10 and you could fit in 11 and maybe 12, then stop at 10. You're going to do sets of 3. Now the same idea takes place when you are studying or wanting to learn about Islam. Sometimes you get really tired and you think, okay, push 2 more. Don't. Just take it calm. Otherwise it becomes overburden and you become stressed out, and then your muscles won't be able to work properly, and then you'll have to take 2, 3, 4, 5 days off. And the same thing will happen in Islam. You want to take things slowly. Mufti Mink, who is a very well-known scholar in South Africa, in fact he's probably known all over the world these days, he's become very popular. And he commented one day in one of the talks that he did, there was a little cartoon caricature that was sent in the mail, like emails. You know those spams that you get? But this was done by some Muslim. And then it had a little cartoon character, like a stick man, no face or anything, just a stick character. And he was doing push-ups, like pushing up a barbell or whatever, those weights. And the question was, do you think you're strong? And when you see that, you go, what is this about? And Mufti Mink, he got this email that was sent around. And he commented on it and he said, you know what, that is such an amazing little cartoon, because underneath it, it says, are you strong enough to pull the covers off yourself when it's time for Fajr? Are you strong enough to pull the covers off yourself, the sheet, the duvet, the blanket off yourself when it's time for your morning prayers? Are you strong enough to do that? Because it doesn't matter if you can push 300 kilograms, 200 pounds of mass above your body, and you can do it 6 repetitions without going, ah. If you can't lift that duvet off, you're a weakling. You've got no power. As far as I'm concerned, as far as he is concerned, you're the weakest person on earth. So if you claim to be strong, and maybe you're a youngster who likes to do all the gymming and look at your muscles in the mirror and shave your body so you can see all the muscles. If you want to do that, it's your problem. But I want to be amongst those people who are the strongest on earth, that they're able in the morning to take that duvet off, to take that blanket off, to take that sheet off and wake up when it's time to perform their salah. So how strong are you? How are you able to push through as a Muslim da'i, even when it becomes painful, even when people are accusing you of all sorts of things, even when they're saying, Islam, you guys are crazy. Look how you deal with your woman. When the accusations that people make against the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, and you have to defend, and defend and defend, and your body gets tired of defending, and your mind gets tired of defending, that's when you got to push through. You got to not compromise. You're not going to walk away. That's when you stay for even more. Because it will happen. Promise you. It will happen. Today I was sitting at a table with a Frenchman. French people are wonderful people. This is just an example. If he was a German, I would say he's from Germany, but he was from France. And he was saying, you know what? All religions are the same. And I had to push through. I had to get that weight off me. I couldn't let it slip. I had to say, no, they're not. Not all religions are the same. I couldn't let it ride. I couldn't let it slip past and go, let's just keep eating. Had to deal with it. So this is what I'm talking about today, is about pushing through when people make an accusation against Islam. And we're going to talk in the next few episodes on how to deal with some of these accusations, inshallah. So what are you doing to fight to be strong? What are you doing? It's okay to sit and take notes. It's okay to give out that DVD or that book, or to get a nice little... I got books that were written by one of the brothers who speaks on Peace TV. He gave me a whole lot of books today. So I got them in front of me, and all of them are entitled Muhammad. All of them different than who is Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. All different titles. It's good to hand out these books. Very, very good. It's good to give out DVDs and to put a link on your Facebook account or your Twitter account or whatever for people to go watch it. But the honest truth is, they're not going to read those books. The majority of people. They're not going to follow the link. They're not going to watch the DVD. And even if they do, they're going to get bored after the first 2-3 minutes. Unless it grabs their attention immediately. This is the sad part. This is why we have to do the effort. This is why we have to do the workout. So that we can be the book. We can be the DVD. We can be the link to tell them what they need to hear in small amounts of time. They haven't got time for long speeches, historical events. This is what was written in the day, and this is... They're not going to enter. They want sound bites. Once they're interested, then you lead them on to the more exciting stuff. You know what a sound bite is? They call it a sound bite. So maybe sometimes I use terms and people go, what is he talking about? Are you eating sound? No, a sound bite is like a one-liner that you use to entice people on radio to listen to something. Maybe you'll say, and now we're going to listen to a sound bite. And then the presenter or the producer will play a short little clip, maybe a minute or so, just to introduce people to what's going to be taking place. And generally, we're living in a society of sound bites. People don't want speeches. They want something that is going to be easy for them to remember and then move away. 45-minute lectures, not going to listen to, unless you're from Africa. If you're from Africa and you don't give them a 3-hour lecture, they're going to get upset. They don't want sound bites, they want manuals. They want instruction manuals. And that's, alhamdulillah, that Allah has left it in the hearts and the minds of people in Africa still to want quality lectures and talks. They're not interested in a sound bite. They'll get very upset with a 2-minute lecture. And the speakers in South Africa speak fast like I do. So if you're really taking it, they're probably giving you like a 6-hour lecture in 3 hours. So alhamdulillah, we're very fortunate to have lots of speakers and lots of qualified, intelligent Muslims that want to teach and learn. And the rest of the world also have qualified, intelligent speakers, but sometimes we live in the instant age and we want it quick and over with. Don't give me a 25-minute talk, that's way too long. Give me a 5-minute talk. We must get back into that old school, yeah, where we like long talks and long lectures. So what are you going to do to fight to be stronger when people come and make accusations against Islam? Last time we were together, about 3 shows ago, we spoke about women. And we haven't finished the issue with women yet. Because that's the biggest question that people come up with. They come up and say, why 4 wives? We already spoke about that. We dealt with that. I think, inshallah, we finished that. Satisfactory, you all understand that? Today we want to move a little bit further. And we want to look at the next issue, and that is the veil. Why are women to wear a head covering or a scarf or ninja outfit? Why are they dressed like this? You are subjugating women. You are forcing women to cage their beauty, to hide themselves behind veils and material and cloth. And so what do we say when they say that? You force your woman to hide behind these veils. Why can't we see their beauty? Why can't we see who they naturally are? This is what people will say. This is the argument I often hear. And my answer is normally, why do you hide your woman behind veils? Why can't we see their natural beauty? And they ask me, what do you mean? And I say, well, you force them at gunpoint to wear makeup. You force them to go spend thousands of dollars every year on having the perfect hairstyle to suit your male ego, so they can make themselves attractive so that you'll find them desirable. You force them to go and buy the most expensive products. Men will say we don't force them, but you do, because you give them the credit cards and you say to them, go buy. Why don't you look like her? Why don't you look like that supermodel on TV? Why don't you look like this girl on the cover of this magazine? And so they go to gym and they do aerobics and do all these workouts, spending thousands and thousands of dollars so they can be naturally acceptable to their husbands, so that they can be naturally beautiful after they put 25, 30 minutes of makeup on, so that they can be naturally beautiful by buying the perfume that's going to make them be attractive to their husbands or to other males. There's nothing natural about forcing a woman to spend money to look natural. There's nothing natural about that. In Islam, we are saying to a woman, no problem, you can look beautiful. You can buy your makeup and you can put your hairstyles or whatever, but you don't have to do it so that you can be accepted by me or any other male on the planet. We accept you as you are. You are beautiful without us having to see you. Not that we don't want to, it's that we don't need to. We accept you as you are. Let's take a break, and when we get back from the break, we'll continue, inshallah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We're talking about woman's natural beauty. Women are naturally beautiful. We don't have to make them anything else so that they will fit in. In our community, in Islam, a woman is accepted as a human being, not as an object. She doesn't become a form of our obsession. She doesn't become an object that we desire and lust after. She becomes an equal to, or she becomes a responsible human citizen, just like we are. I almost said equal, but none of us are equal. A child is not equal to the mother. The mother is not equal to the father. The father is not equal to the mother. We have responsibilities to each other. Equality is a dangerous word because it means nothing. But there are responsibilities that a man has that a woman doesn't have. There's responsibilities that a woman has that a man doesn't have. There's responsibilities that a child has that neither a man or a woman have. They're different, but the same. We're all humans. We are different, but we are the same. We're one species. So when we see a woman and she chooses out of her desire to be a faithful servant to Allah, to wear a veil, and obviously not one of those veils that you sometimes see the woman wearing, the ones that you may as well have not worn one in the first place. I saw the strangest sight the other day in India, a woman in full covering walking down the street up to here. From the rest, not. But she had the head covering right. It's not the point. You see, you need to do the whole thing. It's not just the material. It's not just a piece of cloth. It's what you are signifying to your Creator. Just like the men, you know, sometimes you see the men, and, you know, YouTube is the funniest place to go. Like I said, I like to stay healthy and fit. So one day I thought, let me search YouTube and see Muslim fitness, Muslim exercise, Muslim workouts. I thought, you know, it'd be nice if our kids could be watching some sheikh or some scholar or some teacher showing you how to be healthy, how to do a workout. And what do they have? This guy with his little tight little vest on and his tight little pants on, and it's called Sunnah fitness. There's nothing sunnah about that. Not if you're wearing clothes like that. So we're saying, no, he must wear a big cloak and hide. No, but he must have something in between that craziness and looking like a renter tent. No, people wear clothing that looks like they're wearing a tent. So we call it rent a tent. You don't want you to rent a tent and wear that and look like, okay, this guy is just crazy. But we don't want you to walk around where you're basically naked. You may as well be naked because everything is revealing. Everything is exposed. So we're saying this to the men, not only to the women. So the men are responsible for the way they dress, but there must be a balance. And so if you're wearing the covering, it is there not as an oppression. It's not oppressing you. Men don't walk around going, I'm so oppressed now because I have to wear clothes that suit me. No, we are happy to it. And women who also choose to do that don't feel oppressed. They feel liberated because they don't have to fit in, so that as long as I look like this, then I'll be accepted. Doesn't mean you must let yourself go. Neither must a man, neither must a woman. Some men, they're overweight, don't look after themselves, bad health habits, bad skin, bad hygiene, but they want their wives to be perfect. You can't expect that. You must also do some work. It's a contract between the both of you, that you must both be good for each other. And this is why a woman dresses for her husband appropriately, and the husband dresses for his wife appropriately. You know, sometimes we talk about niqab for a woman, but men have one as well. We must lower our gaze. The appropriateness in how we have conversations. That is ours. Because we have to control our emotions every second of every minute of the day. Because a man, when a 90-year-old woman walks past, he wants to look. And if you don't, you're dead. It's something that we have to fight against. If you can sit here or watch at home and say, when a woman walks past you have no desire to look up, you're dead. A human male has it in him to want to look, and he has to fight against it, and he has to strive, and he has to do jihad every second of every day of every minute to not look, because it is a natural tendency. If you don't believe what I'm saying, sit and watch a group of men, non-Muslims, anybody, and a woman walks past, they always turn around. Even if she's a 90-year-old woman, he looks. It's in the man's genes to do so. So we have to fight against this. A man suffers and he fights and he has to really, really work hard at what he's doing. So I don't think we've got an easy job. We've got a tough job. We've got the toughest of jobs. That's why I always say it, if you can sit next to a woman and not have any thoughts, and you can look in a woman's eyes and have a long 25 minutes conversation and nothing's happening, you're dead. That's the only possibility. If nothing is taking place in your body, then you need to go seek help. So that's the only possibility. So this is why we don't do it. Because we are respecting women, not degrading women. We have the tougher job. It's harder for us. And if the women think it's difficult for them, really, step in our shoes for a while. Not that I'm trying to make anything light of them. A woman who chooses to wear a covering, I have the greatest respect on earth for. I see them in South Africa. I go to the beach, I'm a surfer, and we go there and we have women that are there and they wear coverings on the beach. You know how much I respect them for doing that. It's so much easier to just give up and give in and follow what the trend is of the day. And they don't. So I have great respect for our sisters.